Hey, Detroit Bob, we're going back to Des Moines, but before we do that, take a moment to click that little red S on the lower right. It's a subscribe button. It's free, it's easy, and it only takes a second, but it really gives me credit to keep these things going and rolling. But right after you do that, we're going to go right back into Des Moines, and we're going to talk about this band right here, Cake. Because I picked up some of these 45s as research. They got great artwork. They're real colorful. And guess what? We saw them, and we're going to cover a little bit of that and what we found out at the vinyl pop-up. So stay tuned. We're going back to Iowa and having another slice of cake. Hey, this is Detroit Bob. In part 2 of my trip to Des Moines, we went to a thing called Vinyl Brew, and it was put on by Vinyl Cup, a record store in Des Moines. And it was a pop-up, he called it. And in the middle of a brewery, just crates of records, okay? No 7-inch, but never let a good record sale go to waste. So I walked right over, and let's check out what I picked up. All right, heading back into the city, and the golden dome of the Des Moines Capitol building is shining bright today. Getting ready for some records and a little cake after that. All right, day 2 of our musical extravaganza out here in the heartland of Iowa with Dan and Sherry. So we're checking out the city once again. Let's see what we find. All right, we're in Iowa. This is the heartland, specifically Des Moines. So we're going to see a lot of old storefronts, but we're heading to a microbrewery on a bike track that is having a vinyl festival at the same time. So this is Detroit Bob heaven we're talking about. All right, this place is pretty cool. Oh, nice.
If you sit out there, it's QR code ordering, and here you'll have a server. Front patio, you'll have a server. Okay.
And is today vinyl day?
It is. It's right here.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to be checking that out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Very good. All right, there we are. Got some vinyl going here. You got to love that. Vinyl and brew. Good music, good beer, and good friends. I agree with all that. You got any 7-inch?
We do not.
Oh, okay.
Say just the full.
All right.
Yeah, 33s. But say we have all of our used
Yeah.
on this side, and all our new on this side.
Cool.
The line flow is like this.
What's the name of your shop?
Vinyl Cup Records.
Okay.
Over in Beardale.
Oh, okay. How far from here?
About 10-12 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Detroit Bob, I do a YouTube channel called RockMine, all one word. So look it up, and
all right.
if you like it, subscribe.
Cool.
I'm gonna film
Madison. Good to meet
Madison.
you.
I'm gonna film. I'll do a little footage of just flipping through the records.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I'll work you into an episode.
Yeah.
What was your name again?
Madison.
Madison. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Lovely
All
to
right.
meet you.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Any good stuff in there, guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there's Steely Dan,
All right.
Royal Scam.
Ooh, that's a good album. That's a real good album right there. That's a really good album.
Wait till it's done.
Oh god.
This is another one.
Presented by Wendy's. Pretty good lineup. I like XTC, but I'm not sure about this album. It's not the one that I was thinking of. That's pretty cool right there. So definitely Dennis Edwards era, on the picture at least. This is a great record. Sort of a greatest hits album. See Rod Stewart, Ronnie Wood. So do you guys take credit cards or cash only?
We do cash and card.
Okay, cool. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to keep looking, but I like these two.
I can hold those for you.
Yeah, hold them for me.
Yeah, please.
Now, where do you get your stuff? Just garage sales?
So we obviously do new vinyl as well. So we
Yeah.
have our distributors that we work through there.
Okay.
As far as our used collections, we only buy collections from other people.
So you're buying collections. You're not just. So you're getting some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How long you been in the business?
So me personally, I'm still new to this.
Okay.
So I'm only in for just a few months.
Okay.
But I know the business has been running around since the last 7 years.
Okay.
Started as a hobby in Luke's basement, and
Okay.
then has grown into 4 stores.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
the guy who started it, the owner.
Yes,
So when I buy one, do I get one of those stickers
Of
too?
course you do.
Okay.
Of course.
So you're good at marketing, obviously. So
That's the easy part.
yeah,
I mean, these things sell themselves.
yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna look for some more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good stuff. It's a great album. Roger Dean artwork. Might know that one. Oh, I love the church. It's a great album. It's right in their heyday. Rush, Pink Floyd, Relics. That's an unusual pressing, I believe. It's a good one. There's a VJ Beatles. It's not stereo, mono original. And this that famous VJ label right there, but it's got the bracket, so it's a little bit later. I don't know if it's worth 79 bucks. I think the earlier issue of that would be worth 79 bucks. Some great stuff here. Guy says he buys all collections, which is there's that elusive Beach Boys album that I talked about. Smiley Smile. Let's see what's on it. Heroes and Villains, Vegetables. Yeah, this is a wild, by Good Vibrations. This is a wild album. I would recommend getting it and listening to it. I just don't want to pay 39 bucks for it. Can you blame me? Doors, Soft Parade, great album. You got to give it some time, but I consider it a hidden gem amongst their collection. This is a great album too. Remote Luxury. I have a copy of it,
but I saw them on this tour. I may actually buy this just because I love this band so much. $15. I've got a promo. This thing's barely been played. Oh boy, I'm gonna spend some money today. I didn't plan on buying a bunch of LPs, but this guy says everything in here is coming out of somebody's collection, and you can tell. These are curated, but they're not gouge priced. Yeah, $16. This is a great album too. Like if you're gonna have Springsteen, this is the album you want to sort of start with. Rosalita, you'll know that, but 4th of July, Asbury Park, Sandy is a great, great song. So this might be a LP episode. It's in good shape. So, part 2 of Des Moines, going to the Heartland and picking up LPs. That might be definitely the theme of this episode. I got this. This is a great, just got it for the cover. It's actually not the same lineup as the regular Surfer Girl album. It's sort of like a later hatchet job. The Donner Party. That looks like some kind of punk or something. David Byrne. It's a great album. Everybody should have this in their collection. This is another great album that everybody should have in their collection. This is a great one too. So this isn't junk. All this stuff's been curated. Listened to this a lot when I was younger. Hoodoo Gurus, great Australian band. John Lee Hooker, Johnny Cash, James Brown. I like soul, but sort of stuck on Soul 45, specifically Northern Soul. Great album. $5, that's a steal. Boy, that's a good album too. Boom, boom, boom. Paul Weller, who's sort of a big Who fan. Sort of like an EP almost. What is it? 5 songs on it? That's bizarre. That's an EP. It's pretty wild. Get some great footage. Kink's greatest hits. Fifth City, Loretta Lynn. I love Loretta Lynn. I love everything she does. She's got
I'm contemplating whether I'm getting or
like
not, but
a real honest voice. John Prine. I love this guy. Dear Abby.
so you got a few more you want to throw in the stack?
Yeah, hang on to those for me, yeah.
Gotcha.
There's 2. I don't think I have it. Oh boy. Message of Love is a great song. Nice clean copy.
I don't, but I need it.
All right, I could deal with some dog here. Otherwise, it's pretty clean. Max TC. These guys didn't play out live a lot. I think one of them had like stage fright. Public Image. Daddy Smith, great album by Prince. Saw him on this tour. I got this. Ooh, Specials. Great band, ska revival. All right, I might get out of here for under $100. If I could get 5 albums for under $100, that's pretty good. Saw the new stuff. Oh, Taylor Swift, imagine that. I can get new stuff at home or online. All right, I got to get out of here before I spend too much money, man. Yeah, you know, you combine beer and vinyl, there's going to be some spending going on.
It's a great combination.
Yeah. You're either you're either drinking too much or buying too much vinyl or both. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Speaking of, what are you sipping on?
What is that, hon? Oh, I like it. Yeah, I went the seltzer route.
Yeah.
After about 5 years of craft beer, when I put on 45 pounds,
Yeah.
I figured I gotta go a little lighter.
You might need to chill.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. No, I got my name of my page is called RockMine, all one word, and I collect vinyl and I go to vinyl shops everywhere all over the world.
Yeah.
I specialize in 45s, but I never pass up a good LP if I find
Of course.
it. So. You're helping me round out my collection.
And I'm glad to do it.
Yeah. So I'll give you guys a nice. I'll drop some of your footage into the episode.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a good plug.
Thank you, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah. So you can search it on YouTube. RockMine.
RockMine.
Yeah, it's all one word. Yeah. And I have like a gem of the week, at the end. I'm like, this is the,
Yeah, of course.
all the records. This is number one,
But I'm saying, there's so much to go through.
Oh, yeah.
You still need those lightning rods to focus on.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
What's the
yeah,
thing that
yeah.
You're like obsessed with.
Yeah, and then I explain how much it's worth, how much I paid for it, anything unique about the album or the
Yeah.
45, and then people are loving it, man.
Good.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
so far so
Great
good.
work.
Yeah,
7 here for you. It'll be 104.86.
that's not bad. 7 albums
Yeah.
for $100.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and then you say I get a free sticker, right?
Of course.
Okay,
Of course.
I'm loving it.
The seat's on the way.
Oh man, that's awesome.
There you
Take
have it.
the-
And of course, as promised.
Oh yeah. You got the sticker.
got the sticker.
So the
Gotta have the
the place is called what?
Vinyl Cup.
Vinyl Cup. Okay.
But
Vinyl
this is
Cup.
our final brew since we're at a brewery.
Okay, so the shop's called Vinyl Cup.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that. But
Yeah.
this is Vinyl Brew.
Final brew. Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Thanks, dude. Definitely went through
Which one went through?
Southwest.
That's weird. So
Yeah.
your RME didn't go through.
No, he tried it twice.
No 45s here.
No,
Can
but
I have it back though?
yeah,
That's weird.
What do we got?
hang on. They had a very nice selection of LPs. I got 7 records here for. First of all, that's the name. It's Vinyl Cup, the name of the shop,
Okay.
and that's somewhere 15 minutes away from here. He calls this a pop-up. And
Okay.
so they go to different businesses and they ask them, hey, can we
That's a cool
collaborate?
idea.
So
That's
he
very
brings
cool.
a bunch of crates. These are all albums Mr. Fantasy by Traffic, Steve Winwood, their first album. A great song, Dear Mr. Fantasy. It's considered an early psychedelia song.
Never heard of.
Oh, it's a great song. Rod Stewart's band, The Faces, before he went solo. And their big hit off this one was Stay With Me.
Yeah.
And sort of a greatest hits package, but these guys used to have a lot of fun.
No 45s, huh?
No 45s, no 7 inches. So once in a while you go,
okay.
this will be the LP day.
Yeah.
The Fugs, an obscure early 60s New York proto-punk. I think this is fairly rare.
Heard of them.
Yeah.
I think
It's old. It's got a very unusual label. And for 14 bucks, I'm going to take a chance on
I
it.
gotta see this because
Yeah.
this is hitting something in my head.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Steve Howe.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Here, bud.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
You got one for your
Yeah.
bud.
Yeah, okay.
For some reason, this is hitting some, but I have no
Okay.
further information.
And I won't know, but I know I like Steve Howe. He's the lead guitarist of Yes.
Okay.
And the artwork on this is
that's
by
great.
Roger Dean.
That's
He
great.
did all their artwork for Yes and a lot of other groups. Sort of fantasy, futuristic artwork.
Looks brand new.
This is clean as hell. You don't get these albums in that great a
It's gonna
condition.
sell really good.
Well, this one might not be sold because I collect his artwork. There's digital artwork that you can buy now called NTF
You
artwork.
can take a nice picture of that album.
Yes.
Put that artwork on your wall and then sell that.
Yeah. Great obscure Australian band from the 80s called The
I
Church.
know the church.
Oh,
Remember the
yeah.
big hit was Under the Milky Way?
Yes.
Yeah, on
Absolutely.
MTV about 1987. I saw them in a bar in 84 and they played this whole album. And that's exactly what they looked like when I saw them.
Good, bud.
So Bruce
there you go.
Springsteen's early first album, and Rosalita's the big hit off of it. But this is like he was still sort of a folk singer at this point. My favorite song on this album is 4th of July, Asbury Park, and it's just a slow song. So before he got super big, Pretenders 2. I do not have a copy of Pretenders 2.
Good shape too.
Really, really good shape. The big one off this was Message of Love. But she was sort of breaking a lot of ground for female rockers. She's from Ohio, but she moved to England and started this band with these English blokes. These two guys died within the first year.
What?
Yeah, but their big,
Died.
yeah, their big hit was, of course, I'm Special, So Special. And that broke, and the rest is history. She and him, the drummer, still performed together, and then they rounded out the list.
Good, my dear.
Did good. All right. Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
I think I definitely got enough for 2 episodes. One's a 45 day, and other's an LP day. I flipped through all the used stuff. A bunch of people are just spending money.
Do you have a bag for this?
No, I didn't.
So they're doing good.
They're doing good.
Oh, good for them.
All right, we're on the way to the concert, and it's backed up, man. People are dying to get into this place. Cake is hot, and don't underestimate a 90s band and their power to draw crowds. So we're going to be pulling into this place. It's an outdoor venue. It's their second gig of the year. They opened in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So here we are in Des Moines, and we're going to just soak it in. All right, we got Cake, we got Cybertrucks. This is going to be a great night, I'm telling you. All right, we got dropped off basically in the middle of a field, and we're just following the Cake goers into the venue. We have no idea where we are. We're just randomly dropped off on a street corner, but I'm feeling it, and we're almost there. So stay tuned. All right, we got some tailgaters. We got some people on bikes. The crowd is starting to surge a little bit, and I'm liking it. With Cake, a bunch of Coors Light, and they're loading it in by the truckload. All right, we're walking in. This is like looking like a mini Woodstock at this point. People are just coming out of the woodwork for this band called Cake. All right, the crowd is forming. This is incredible. And there's people here from everywhere just to see a little old band called Cake. So far, this is like an extravaganza of old, new, young. I'm liking it.
It just doesn't get any better than this. I'm literally in row number 1, center stage. It just doesn't get much better than this. Incredible, incredible. All right, we're checking out the merchandise right now. I want to get out of here with a badass Cake t-shirt. But hey, if they got some vinyl, you know Detroit Bob's gonna pick it up. So Dan's leading me to the closest merch tent, and we'll just check it out. If anything, we're gonna hit the porta potties. All right, we're at the merch tent, and this place is freaking rocking. Everybody wants Cake t-shirts. You might think this band is dead, but don't fool yourself. They are selling hand over fist, 300 deep in the line. No vinyl to be seen, but I definitely got a great LP earlier. So I might be good with that. And I can always order this shit online. Back to first row. Like I said earlier, this is a freaking madhouse, but in a good way. Like, I'm loving that people are outdoors. It's a beautiful spring night. And there ain't anybody on their cell phone right now. People are digging life. They're looking for their seats. And they're ready to hear a good band kick out some great 90s music. How you describe their sound, I can't even begin to tell you. They're enigmatic. They created their own little niche, and they're driving it home 30 years later. All right, freaking first set. They're actually doing a freaking intermission. Dan and I just reloaded on White Claws and Liney's and something called Happy Noon. So that's freaking awesome. And I'll tell you what, vocals were spot on for Cake in set number 1. They played Frank Sinatra. They played some other great stuff. So set 2's coming up, and hang in there, people. We'll be right back.
All right, we went to that Vinyl Brew pop-up, and the first thing that caught my eye was Traffic, Mr. Fantasy. Now, this is their first album, I believe, and I just had to have this. 16 bucks. I didn't think it was overpriced, so I went ahead and picked it up. Back that up just a little bit. All right, so that's a good one. Snakes and Ladders by the Faces. Now, this is an early best of compilation. It's got some great photography of the band. You can see, of course, Rod Stewart, Ron Wood's in there. Kenny Jones is their drummer. And I think they just got their new bass player lined up. 15 bucks, Faces and Ladders. This is a great jumping point if you want to do old Faces and really get into them. Now, the Fugs, this really caught my eye because I think they played at the Grandy Ballroom in Detroit in the 60s. I think they played about 8 times. So I definitely wanted to pick that up. 14 bucks, everything is good. 1966 stereo, relatively obscure. I hope it has some value. Now, whenever I see Roger Dean's artwork, I pick it up because I am a big collector of his artwork, along with the band's, most notably, Yes, in Asia, that he's done work for. But here's a nice, clean copy of Steve Howe's album. Guitar Player of the Year 3 times. And he is just, if you've never seen Yes, I've seen him about 4 times. You got to see Steve Howe just play guitar. And he's still out there doing it with the latest incarnation of Yes. Now, this band here out of Australia, The Church, and I saw them on this tour November of 1984 at Rick's American Cafe in East Lansing, Michigan. And these guys were cooler than cool, and the sound was out of this world. That Deep Purple, they had that vibe going with their light show. All these guys were close. I was 3 feet away from the lead singer, and these guys just cranked it that night. And this is sort of an EP mashup of a couple of their releases. But I tell you what, I thought it was just a solid LP in of itself. So I bought that. If you have to get into Springsteen, you have to start here with Innocence and the E Street Shuffle. I'm sorry, The Wild, The Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. That and Asbury Park, talk about a starting point. And this is good old-fashioned Bruce. It's almost like a folk album in a lot of ways. So definitely you want to get that one. Rosalita's the big hit. But 4th of July, Asbury Park, Sandy, it's called. That's my favorite song. And then I Don't Have Pretenders 2. And they came out with this real quick after their first album. They still had the original lineup. As you know, these guys died early on.
Chambers, I believe his name is the drummer. Of course, Chrissy Hine, Ohio native. She is the starter of the band, and she kept it going all these years. But what a nice pickup that was, and I paid $10 for it. So what we'll do is we'll total all that up, and we'll see how much they're worth, and Detroit Bob will do a little summary for you. But yeah, I find albums along the way. Do I pass them up? Of course not. So I got a good stack of stuff here at the Vinyl Brew, the Vinyl Pop-Up in Des Moines. And boy, oh boy, that made the Cake concert that night even better. Thanks again to Dan and Sherry for being such gracious hosts and lining all this stuff up. And what a great time, what a great time. Let's see how I did. All right, let's talk about prices. I paid $104 for that stack of albums from the Vinyl Pop-Up. $69.29 is the median value. $195.89 is the high value. So you can see right there that vinyl doesn't have as great a return. I think I'm in that sweet spot where I covered my 104 though. Talk about these 4 little Cake 7-inch 45s that I picked up as I was pre-gaming on vinyl. I've got 4 of them. I had a gift card, so I wanted to use that up. I got them all for about $4.99 a piece. But what I noticed, even with the free shipping, I was blowing that price away on value, at least on 2 of them. So don't discount Amazon as a source. You just got to know how to use your filters and get best prices. Let's not forget the Pressure Chief Cake LP from day one. I pretty much paid retail for that, but I didn't mind supporting Marv's and getting a Cake album LP on vinyl. So here's the breakdown on that. Just to review Slip Kid by The Who, a yellow promo copy. And here's the breakdown on that, because that was our week 1 Des Moines Gem of the Week. All right, here it is, our Gem of the Week, The Church Remote Luxury. The label is Arista, AL-8566. The format is vinyl LP album compilation, reissue, remastered. So I have the original on a promo copy. I would like to listen to these side by side, which I think I will. But look at the dark, brooding imagery. Would I call this goth? Not quite, but you're pretty much getting there. And the music is to match. It's sort of a dark, brooding music. If you look on the back side, here's the band as I remember seeing them live in Rick's American Cafe in 1984 in the US of A. This remaster was released in 1988. The genre was rock, but the style was indie rock. So we're starting to see that word indie for the first time. The original copy had the original lyrics and attributions to the band, but this copy just has a plain envelope with a cutout hole. The original copy was on Warner Brothers that I have. This one's on Arista. So a few differences there. 316 have it, 91 want it, 4 out of 5 ranking. It is for sale. Anywhere from $4.99 to $40 is the sales history. And you may look at May 7th, 2024. That's when it was last sold. My copy is very good plus, and the sleeve is very good plus too. So I'm very happy to pick this up. All right, here it is, The Church Gem of the Week. Look at the nice deep purple color. I paid the $15 right there for it. Let's take a look inside. It's a great copy because it's real clean. But it is a 1988 reissue. You started to see these barcodes show up about 82 on a lot of these. Let's take a look inside. Just the plain sleeve with the cutout, so you could see that there. And this one's on an Arista label, which we showed in detail earlier. Now, why did it catch my eye? Because I had a connection to this album, as we mentioned. But look at the 1984 promo copy that I have, which is very cool. And look at the gold writing here. This indicates the promo copy, legal use, blah, blah, blah. So this would have gone to a radio station. But look at the inside sleeve on this one, where we're getting the full treatment with lyrics and lyrics there.
and the attribution to the band and so forth. So you're 4 years difference, a reissue, different label. This one's on Warner Brothers, so definitely a different whole vibe or scene there. So I am glad I got both of them. That is that. So stay tuned, click the subscribe button, and we'll be back next week for another great RockMine episode. Cheers.